situation is, my son is 9, and just recently he started dating a white girl in his class. And
your son is 9, and he just started dating a white girl.
yes.
Okay, what grade is he in?
4th.
Okay.
And now we've had kind of conversations about it, just kind of asking him, well, what does he find interesting about her? And because the entire thing is, I don't want to mess up this first experience, but I also want him to understand that it's unacceptable. You cannot date a white person for the many reasons I've been teaching him since he was 4. So at this point, I'm not really sure what to do. His father is okay with interracial dating, and I don't even have a support group with other people in my community that also feel the same way as I do, so I don't really have anyone to tap into.
Okay, so he's 9 years old. Is that the 4th grade?
Yes.
He's dating a white girl. Well, one of the issues you have is that the father is not opposed to the Snow Bunny crisis. His father is okay with him dating a white girl, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue because the two of you are not on the same page. Are you and the father still together?
No, we are not, but we are co-parenting.
Understood. So one of the issues you have is he's going to receive 2 different messages. A message from you saying you need to be loyal to black women, and a message to his father basically letting him know that being colorblind in his dating choices is perfectly acceptable. So that's a problem because he's going to get 2 different messages from 2 different parents. For me, I don't think your object is to try to drown out the father's argument, but it is to get your son to understand yours. With that being said, what type of school does he go to? Is this public, private, charter? Are the students mostly white? What do we know about the school?
So the school is a public school, and it is in a district that is majority white. His classroom has majority white people. And then, this is also another conversation we had. I said, well, do you find any of the black girls fit in your classroom? And he's, said pretty adamantly, no, not really, just her. He's had a white teacher since the 2nd grade. I think he's had one black teacher, 2 black teachers, no male black teachers. But he has been in schools where it's been predominantly white. So I guess what you were kind of suggesting is because it's in his environment, right?
Right. Yeah. It's his environment. Here's a bigger picture. Because he's only 9, for me, because he's not at the age where nature is urging him to reproduce himself. He's still prepubescent. Yeah. I see this more as a playmate than a girlfriend. Although he may call her a girlfriend, we know that those two will not be engaging in the types of activities that they may have engaged in had they been 12 or 13. So I see her more as a playmate than a girlfriend just because he's 9. So for me, I'm not as concerned at this point. I think what you could do, though, is use this relationship that he has with the white girl to try to educate him about the differences in our culture and their culture, as well as to educate him as to why it is more favorable when he gets to that age to start seriously considering women in a relationship, why it's more favorable to choose a woman of his own race. So for me, I wouldn't be opposed to him having a playmate. She's really a playmate because he's 9. There's really no potential for sexual relations of any kind really at this point. So I see it more as a learning opportunity for him and one that you can exploit to help drive home some of the messages you want him to understand about interracial dating.
So what I'm just hearing you say is to help him to relabel the word girlfriend? Or
absolutely. That would definitely be one of those teachable moments. She's not your girlfriend, she's your playmate.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's extremely helpful. Wow.
And I also think it would be a good idea for you to start, and you don't have to beat him over the head with it, but I think it's time for you to start teaching him about his African ancestors, the male and female ancestors, teach him about the Harriet Tubmans, the Fannie Lou Hamers, the Ida B. Wells. I'm not a fan of people like Condoleezza Rice and Kamala Harris, but at the same time, for the purpose we would be using them for, I wouldn't be opposed to you even teaching him about those types of black women. He needs to increase his appreciation of black women. And again, we're not saying this in the strict sense because he's still a baby. He's only 9, but it's never too early to start teaching our children the importance of loyalty to their race. And it's never too early to teach our boys the importance of loyalty to the black woman.
Yes. I just wanted to say that we've had those conversations as well. We talk about our ancestors all the time, who our family is, where they come from, what country in West Africa, things of that nature. Now, I haven't dived into the atrocities of, the Holocaust that we went through. But I have put a very large amount of priority on, black-minded thoughts. We're doing this because for our race, or we're doing this because for our people. So, just drilling that into him. Okay.
And when he turns 11, you can make sure he come on my Black College and Consciousness tour.
That would be amazing. Wow.
Yeah. We're not going to politicize him just yet. The agenda right now is to really show him our greatness so he can develop a greater appreciation of black men and black women and why they need to be together. And you probably also need to show black couples, successful black couples, as well as ordinary in the neighborhood black couples. He needs to see more examples of black love because, as you know, it seems to be illegal to show the black love on television anymore. All the shows and all the commercials are either same-sex or interracial. So you'll need to drive home examples of black love. And if you got to give them the Obamas, you can give them the Obamas too, because we're not doing it for their political behavior. We're doing it for their family behavior.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you talking with me, Dr. Umar. Really, really, truly. It's definitely helped me out. Because,
No problem. Quick question, Queen. The father is black as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was just making sure the father wasn't white because that would further heighten the contradictions between your views and his. So, okay. So, yes. Black mother, black father. Great.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Will do, Queen.
All right. Thank you again, Dr.
No problem, sweetie. Take care. All right.